Hello all, this is Alys, and today here we are with part 4 of the first day of the 2004 Pathologic Alpha. The final part! We have, indeed, reached the end of day 1. This alpha has the 12 days. We are going to be with it for a little while, and this, as everything Pathologic related, is both a blessing and a curse. But this is an IPL game. What did you expect? By the way, on IPL related things, I am beyond stoked for what we know about their new phone game. France. I want it badly. Anyhow, let's continue with our journey to this iteration of the Town On Gorkhon. So, without further ado, Alys plays Pathologic, the Bachelor Alpha. Day 1, Part 4. In which we find the killer of Simon Kane, among many other things, and prepare ourselves for the incoming hell. And here we go to continue our round, visiting my girl Lara Ravel. I love her design here, and let's see what she has to tell us. Hello Bachelor, my name is Lara Ravel. Can we say you to each other? Sure. Sometimes it's worth taking a look at a person, and you immediately feel what a tragedy is tearing him apart from the inside. You are going to have to face it soon. Who are you talking about? About those you will have to face. They will try to appear before you in a halo of mystery, but in fact, the actions of each of them are the result of a deep wound. Their words are flowing blood. You are a poet? No, I'm just in a melancholic mood. These games with predictions of the tragic future are too firmly woven into our lives. I try to put everything in its place. I'll be happy to help you if I can. But yeah, it's funny, especially considering that at least in Classic HD, she mentions that she's a mistress, but not a mistress with a capital M. And seeing Lara here, kind of partaking of the visions and all that stuff it's interesting to say the least, which makes me wonder what will be of her interactions with Daniil in the rest of the game. You know, I believe that Simon should have lived forever, but I don't believe he was murdered. I talked to everyone today. No, there was no person who would benefit from his death. She knocked everyone out of the rod. Died accidentally, but was not killed. Help us solve this paradox. An accident? Maybe. But what kind of accident could happen to him in the inner peace? Rumor has it that there are only a few glass walls, and it's as tight as a coffin. He went there right after the conversation with Burak. Wow. Isidore Gothboy, Simon Gothboy. Which, yeah. Works for him. Okay, sorry. Yes, and they spoke quietly, but in front of witnesses. Burak did not even approach Simon. Did they communicate often at all? No, very rarely. Burak came to him only when he was needed. Now that's also interesting because it might be Fanon or what I tended to gather from both Classic HD and Pathologic too. But it seemed to me that the relationship between Isidore and Simon was a bit closer than what's inferred here. Might be just me. Burak moves in the society of the steppe people all of the time, doesn't he? Yes. And that evening he came from the steppe? Yes. And immediately went to Simon? Haven't you visited anyone before? Suppose that it's actually hadn't he visited? First, most likely, he went to Olgimsky. After all, Big Blood is his immediate master. I think I'm beginning to understand. Burak came to warn him about the same thing he warned Olgimsky about. Both Olgimsky and Simon immediately took action, each according to their profile. Thank you, Lara. For what? You gave me an idea that for some reason did not immediately occur to me, although against your cattle-breeding background, she should have caught the eye. So that was it. I think the Buddha rushed down from the steppe to warn the rulers about the contagious disease. Then you need to warn Rubin soon. He's going to check on Simon right now. Look for him in the warehouses. He's out there somewhere. Okay. And we have something in our new mission. Warn the last city medic, Stanislav Rubin, about the danger before he touches the infected body. Let's see if, just in case Lara has something else to tell us. Stag Rubin wanted to meet you. He was going to tell you something very important, and he also said that we need to hurry. Why? He was going to examine the dead man. Probably in such a situation, haste is needed. Okay, where I can find it? Do you know the city, where the city warehouses are located? No, show me please. Isidore once equipped one of the warehouses for our laboratory. I don't know which one exactly, but boys place in the warehouses. Ask them, for they should know every stone there. Thanks. And just in case she might have any opinions extra, yeah, what is this mass hysteria? What is everyone just talking about predictions? Is this a game? Who is Julia? Who is Katerina? Who's Saburov? Who is Vladito? And who's Mark the Immortal? Okay, yes? What is this mass hysteria? Looks like she doesn't have an opinion on that, but let's check. Yes? Why is everyone just talking about predictions? Is this a game? I wish I had seen Maria dancing in the square today. It was just a dance, but everyone understood what she put into it. The language of her dance was the language of mourning. Sorry. Maria kinda must be an exalted young lady. Yes, it's true. Maria, unlike her uncle, has already come to terms with the death of Simon. Whatever you say, her mother's blood will soon make itself felt. Have you already gone to Georgi? I actually did, but I guess that I should be saying I'll be going soon. Do not hesitate. What if you manage to perform a miracle? You have no idea how much we believe in you. All of us. Okay. So, who is Julia, Lara? I like Julia, but I can't stand her way of thinking. This fatalism is crushing. It seems to me that her thought is a lie. It's terrible when such an intelligence builds theories on lies. I believe that any predestination is an outrage on human freedom. I think the reason lies in her past, when she talked a lot with the twins and hung around the sleepy group. I guess that the sleepy group are the utopians. Clear. Who is Katerina Saburova, Lara? Katerina took a terrible blow, and we stood it with dignity. Who else could survive between Nina's hammer and Victoria's anvil? After all, the city was built exactly like this. Nina forged, Victoria contributed, and Katerina restrained the balance of forces, and I admire how she and Alexander love each other. In ancient times, somewhere in the West, they would have been real kings, noble, strong, and honest. This is not her time. And yet this one's pretty similar to the description Katerina has when clicking on her portrait in the released version. Who's Alexander Saburov? Saburov is a defender. He has a dream. He wants to build such a defense of laws, traps, and tricks around our city so that the authorities will never be able to stop our arbitrariness and destroy everything that we have built with such forces. He has to rely on force because Katerina. He is like a father who is forced to keep his grown-up sons in obedience. Only sons are equal to him in strength and age. Whoa, yeah, clear too. Let's see what she says about Vladito. Who's the younger blood? No one notices how hardworking the younger blood is. He works all the time. He does a lot for the family, but even his father doesn't want to admit it. Yes, instead of studying financial subtleties, he studies the way of life, the king. But he already understands them better than Big Blood. Who will manage better? Without the scourges, violence, victims and riots. Who will have the best household income? Clear. I like that she seems to be one of the people who actually supports Vladito. Who's marked immortal? I think it's the mask playing him, not him with them. In general, there's something bad in this theater. I can't explain it. As if this is not a theater, but some kind of world that only pretends to be a theater. I feel threatened by him. And Mark, he pretends all the time, plays, as if he's playing live. Everyone plays along with him, so as not to ruin the performance. That's how he turns us around. All these dolls and masks have a dual nature. Clear. And it was nice to meet you, Lara. But also, okay, so, and here we save the 1, Lara 01, and off we go to Julia. But yeah, it's at the very least interesting. Yeah, I think I repeat that word a lot of times during this playthrough, but it's interesting to see that Lara at the very least seems to have some bit of conscience that there might be something to this town beyond what it pretends to be. Of course, those who have played the game already know, or in another case, those who have seen the H-Bomber Guy video know, but yeah, you know. And here's Julia. I forgot how to observe. There's a rift in my head. I can't make ends meet. Coincidences invisible to the eye used to immediately line up in a harmonious mosaic for me. Now I stopped understanding anything. Maybe it's a sign of imminent death? The air is too heavy in this step. That's probably the whole point. Oh no, of course. Herba tuireña blooms, but it blooms from year to year, and every time the step is filled with its hassle. I'm not talking about fatigue, but about the loss of the ability to combine distant things. Ew. What kind of grass is this? It is demonized by old-timers, but it seems to me that there's nothing special about it except for the superstitions associated with it and this wild spicy aroma. Yes, it acts narcotic, but banal wormwood, even leaf or henbane cause more interesting hallucinations. I'm not good at herbology. So what? Have you already had strong impressions? Okay, so... Whoa, yeah, we do have quite a few dialogue options here. But let's start with the first one. The Keynes asked me to help them find out the circumstances of Simon's death. Is there anything you can help me with? Yes, I heard. One witch said that you collect the signs of the killer while he collects yours. The funny thing is that you hunt each other. Do you know anything? I think he was poisoned. Is that so? I would have allowed the thought that someone from Cain... But no, I know what kind of family it is. Pride, family solidarity, reverence for the head of the family, the ruler and the sorcerer. They believed in the curse of dishonest deeds. They wouldn't stoop to such a thing even if they really wanted to. Did they want to? Certainly, they revered Simon, but hardly loved him as much as the town people loved him. And why did the townspeople love Simon so much? You can love what is like the Keynes, but Simon... Oh, this is a special case. Simon's not a person, but a sign. It was as if we felt how much he cared about us. Protects our children, builds a city, does not allow the capital to drink blood from us. A rare ruler can be proud of such love. Yes, you know, Simon was not a ruler, he was a keeper. His courage, and the most important thing, is magic. He legitimized magic. He approved the laws of eternal holiday. Simon was always a child. I think he felt like a living Santa Claus. Let's go back to the cause of death. Why poisoning? It was said that Simon shot himself in the inner chamber of the horns, and by morning he died in it. You probably have a vague idea of what is behind these words. Do you already know what the Keynes call inner peace? You kinda know, they explained a bit to you, but anyhow. Another symbol. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they call the soul or the mind. The term is ambiguous. Inner peace is not an abstraction. It's more like It's more like math. No one can get in there except the owner himself. So he brought the killer with him. Or rather, in himself. Because it seems that you can't carry clothes into inner peace either. Yeah. Yeah, that's conjuring quite the image. How do you know all this? Yes, everyone knows that. Canes, on the other hand, adore such things and do not miss the opportunity to build and craft them at any opportunity. Games with space, with physics, with optics, with various anomalies. It's something like a pinhole camera. No, no one could get in there. The conclusion is interesting. I assumed that primitive ideas about the world were still alive in the depths of our country, but I did not think that to such an extent. I thought it would piss you off. Mara, Outtro, Shabnakadir, oxtails and handfuls of baby teeth in glasses. You can forgive this to artisans, step dwellers and 6 years olds. But when you hear people talking about it, on whose shelves there's a better encyclopedia of natural history, you feel like you're going crazy. And how do you explain this? This will infuriate you even more. It's the fact that it's all true. You're joking, of course. A little bit. Shabnak exists. This is undisputable. It is debatable that bull tails and baby teeth help from it. That is, they help the steppe people and children. But they will not help you and me. It's just that the memory of the earth is too strong here. Energy is an ancient soil. It's too strong, so strong here that it shrinks in the air. So, what is it? Now I have to explain the drought by the able will of the steppe spirits? We have to reckon with the laws that the steppe imposes on us. We try to ignore them and live looking back at the achievements of civilization. But to no avail. All these demons, well, call them something else if it makes it easier for you. Call the hair eater time. We like the language of children. We are used to it. That's what really makes you angry. Perhaps. I like this one. Do you like Ibadan? Very. I like her terribly. Strange. I thought you had a different opinion on her. Eva is a rare person. She really knows how to love. I would like Eva to be friends with me, but she doesn't understand me incorrectly. She's taller than me in every way. I can't believe my ears. It is possible that sooner or later a frenzied fanaticism will wake up in her. Then she will completely dissolve into the object of her passion. And probably he will immediately accept death. She will immediately accept death in the name of his ministry. But let's not talk about it anymore. Okay. And yeah. Will you tell me about Lara? I have a complicated relationship with Lara. Why is that? They say that Lara is an angel of kindness, that she's ready to see a friend in everyone, gives gifts, welcomes. In fact, she is a person broken by the grief of a bereavement. All her gifts are offerings to the dead. She gives outsiders gifts prepared for someone who didn't need them. And who is this person? These are all just my versions. I watch people and draw conclusions. That's all. So Lara is not an angel. And she loves people very specifically. She pities them for the fact that they can die as surely as her demon. She sees a future dead man in everyone. I don't like her for that. And I like her. First, get to know her better. There are devils in a quiet pool. I'll get acquainted. What kind of woman is Anna Angel? There's no person whose name corresponds less to his inner essence. Cruel characteristic. Anna pretends to be unhappy, but it seems to me that this is a double game. If she had been wanted for the February uprising or for a caravan of throat snatchers, she would have been found several years ago. No, she's not there cheating fate. What kind of caravan? The caravan of the Ace of Diamonds. He had left a sinister imprint of her life, as well on everything connected with him. But what kind? Who was she in the caravan? Perhaps a singer. After all, everyone there was an artist. But is she a singer? Don't know. So, the supposedly terrible truth, which scares but does not entail a danger to her life, is a lie. Masking. What should she be afraid of? She's afraid for a reason. She'll die because of a lie. There's no need to impersonate someone you're not. Do not tease fate. Interesting. What do you think about the brand? And I think this might be Mark Immortal. Mark brand. I imagine you guys can correct me in the comments if you'd like. That they might have, both words might have a similar translation in Russian. So, what do you think about the brand? This is a great master. Is it worth looking at his work? I don't know how he manages this trick, but it is undoubtedly technique, and the fact that the techniques allows you to work with such complex fabric as the forecast of future options once again proves my theory. What theory? A theory that allowed me to live here for 28 years and keep my mind clear. It's a long story. I would give him more. Fine. What role does Victor play in the Kane clan? Did he ask about me? It was he who advised me to turn to you for advice. I sympathize with Victor with all my heart, but he must die soon. It's very sad. Now there will be a new configuration of power in our city. I would prefer a triumvirate of the next generation under the leadership of Victor. And why should he die soon? Don't know. That's what they say. But he doesn't particularly argue with it. Perhaps that is why he's in no hurry to take on the burden of power. Even under Simon, only Georgi was involved in family affairs and politics. Victor gave all his strength to the upbringing of his beloved daughter. Is his daughter Maria? Dude. Yes. Maybe I'm mixing things, but I swear that he knew already. And yeah, some conversations are starting to get a teeny bit redundant. Yes, he literally suckled her with his blood, indulged all her whims. He taught her the science and the arts. I grew in general perfection out of it, denying yourself everything. He didn't create anything, although I could. For Cain, this is tantamount to a slow suicide. Yeah, this is one of the moments when I could actually admit that the pronouns stuff is a bit messy, but only in the translation. In this translation, pronouns in real life, good thing. If your words are true, he created his daughter as she is. If she's really perfect, it's not so little. Well, I won't tell you a word about Maria. We already have a bad relationship with her. I don't want to gossip about her. I'm not asking. And off we go. Next up is going to be Katerina, because we have to inform her of what we've done with the smoother, which is going to be a bit of lying. Maybe. Just maybe. But of course, the smother, powders, and however you'd like to name it, let's say that it's a surprise tool that will help us later. Let's see if this little girl has any stuff. Hello! Hello! Shall we exchange? Nothing particularly interesting. Okay, so we meet with Katerina, and then we go south. I was wondering something. Yeah, I finished. Indeed. With yeah, I finished with an angel mission. And I could have sworn, even if it's not written, that I did also finished with a Capella mission, but I'll visit her just in case. What a torment. It is impossible to tolerate this. I talked to the kids, and I found out about the drug game. They mixed potent drugs and took them in huge doses. That's what they died from. Did you manage to withdraw these mixtures from them? I'll keep them with me to study them more closely. And Katarina could not be helped. But yeah, we need that smother. It's evil of me, but we need it. Who is Aspity? The smallpox is good. Yeah, Aspity. Although with quirks. She talks about that all the time. She asks me with the most innocent look why there's still no Saburov crypt on the cape of the stone courtyard, and whether it will appear there soon, or me as a hostess. I can't help but appreciate it when my followers leave and betray me every day. Understood. Yeah, well, honoring you, but at the same time throwing quite a dig at you, Katerina. Say 1 Katerina 02, and off we go. We cross the river yet again. And we do some visit just in case. But yeah, something tells me that I did feel that mission. Just as I'm going to try fill some bottles. Well, could have sworn that I had empty bottles. I do have empty bottles, but it doesn't work. Or empty bottles. Then, I kind of miss the music here, but of course it's an alpha. I do imagine that the music was in this very moment the list of the concerns in the minds of the people at IPL. Let's see if there's more stuff that I can go full raccoon on. Yeah, looks like, but I'm not finding its water barrels, and I would like to have some water barrels close, please. Let's see, just in case. And just, I'm not sure if I could get anything for this little kid should she have another smother, but we can try. Of course she doesn't, so she's spared me the anguish. And off we go to Capella. And yeah, Dolginski is definitely to do something with their garden. How inopportunely everything happened. Yeah, so I did feel the mission, and she only has some explanations of other characters. Who's Lara? Lara is an angel. No one is kinder than her. Lara knows to give gifts. It's a great art. Perhaps. She thinks a lot about people. First of all, she thinks about others, less about all herself. She lives for her friends. I also loved her father. The year before last, he volunteered for the war and got into the 4th Army, the one. Is she in danger? They say she will accept death even through love for the dead. But I don't believe it. Me too. What kind of boy is a Sticky? I'm afraid Sticky's dead. He was always curious. How is that? This is the story of a mysterious creature that seemed to meet him at night in the deserted corners of the city. He was completely transformed. This has already turned into a mania. He used to climb to look for treasures. Now he's looking for Sharnak. He thinks this creature is created by the steppe. But really? Come on, some crazy guy. Sticky has too much imagination. I'm afraid he's going to scary places for this phantom. It's time his trips become more dangerous. At least tell him if you have a chance. Won't he listen to you? That's the point. There are many kids in town who didn't listen to me, and Sticky opens the account for them. I have never understood how some children manage to rule other children. Good, I'll tell him. And yeah. Sorry. Day 1. Capella 02. And yeah. Now we definitely go to see Griff and to see Notkin. Hello. And yeah, I just remember that there are some water barrels close-ish. Also, just in case, Okay. And of course the fountain. And off we go, filling water because we need to stay very, very, very hydrated. Good lord. Indeed, I happen to have far more bottles than what I imagined. And yeah, it also happens to be quite nice. To be here back at the warehouses, though to be honest I do not remember this gentleman. Guarding some of them, at the very least not until you know the Sunpass was in full force. And saving me for here just in case, because Grief does have some interesting dialogues regarding stuff that we it would be nice to see. And yeah, here's another one with a different design. Here's our dear guest. Pour for the guest, feed the guest, feed and sit the guest. To call him excellent, a bachelor of our capital, until I tell you not to let them back in. Where am I? It is not where he got, to the Brotherhood of Thieves. Now, either to us from all legs or from us. Feet first. Let me go in peace. I am a doctor. For the first time, Dr. Koalaho, for a present acquaintance, and then choose. You will enter for free. You will go out for the goods. The hour will come, you will call yourself. They scared us, Doctor. 2 dozen dead bodies were dumped into the vein behind the abattoir earlier. And then there are 30 corpses piled up in the cemetery. Truly the last times... what? Has anyone examined the bodies? I say they were buried secretly, thrown into the river. And we, Doctor, respect the dead very much. I speak authoritatively. Sometimes the dead are respected more than the living. Bury it in the Mother Earth with your own hands, and before that, don't lay a finger on him. What is going on? Who told you about this? Yes, there are eyes and ears. Don't you believe me? You believe. For what I bought, for what I sell. Why, I would lie to you. What kind of self-interest do I have? 40 corpses in a day. This is not counting grandfather and Isidore, and the humpback chick died in a cemetery. What kind of loss is that? Who will keep them now? The cattle eaters. That's probably what they're mad about. Damn, it's like an epidemic. So much for the killer. Tell me, where can I find Dr. Rubin? They say he works in one of these warehouses. What do you need? We won't give it back. There's only one of us who does not disdain to sue my robbers. And now, when all Isidore has gone to the ground, it's the last one. I won't give it back. Look, will you still tell me what to do? If the plague starts here, please obey me. Do you think I'm going to send the last colleague to hell? We're going to hell with you, and Dr. Rubin is a holy man. Will you tell me later, Doctor, what to drink from the infection, what to inject into the blood? I will say. If so, it's a good thing. You will find it right here. Look, don't cheat. Don't worry. Okay, so here in one of the abandoned warehouses, Stanislav Rubin, a student of Isidor Burach, equipped a makeshift laboratory. It seems that he chose this dubious place not only for the sake of comfort. Maybe he has something to hide in the depths of the dangerous outskirts. In any case, I must urgently warn him about the plague. And yeah, this is Rubin's prosectorium. Let's see if we can... Nah, yeah, we cannot yet, but I think there'll be some chance for some extra dialogue after we meet Rubin. But first of all, we are going to the southernmost part of the warehouses, and we're going to meet a boy, Snotkin. Yeah, I definitely do not remember so many guards being around here. Maybe they were put there in case of a potential... Yeah, might be in case of a potential Haruspas route. And here's the boy. Something that still weirds me out a bit is that NPCs like Notkin, like Andrei, Lara, and Griff, for example, which in their environments are supposed to be surrounded by people, are just alone here, and good lord, it's super dark. Yeah, it weirds me a little. Of course, I imagine that this is an alpha version, and if they didn't have time to add the music, they had even less time to add NPCs. What the hell are you doing here, Doctor? How do you know I'm a doctor? Everyone knows I am Ataman Notkin. If you see a big red cat here, address him like this: Artist! If he, in turn, will address me as Bachelor. Oh, Bachelor! Do you think what they told me? Do you know what they told me here? Quite in your line. All the tenants are feverish, and row buildings too. Everyone has a fever. Tooth to tooth does not fall. The blood is burning. The temperature is like in an oven. You should go and see. Cure them. Yes, this is an epidemic. Tell me where Rubin is. This tormentor? And why do you need it? I want to warn him about the danger. Come on, let him die better. He's such a beast, your Dr. Rubin. He doesn't give us life at all. Don't warn him, Doctor. Don't talk nonsense. Where does he live? They had a lab here in one of the warehouses. So be it. I'll show you. Is it contagious, Doctor? I don't know yet. Maybe yes. There should be a Rubin here. If the version about the plague has a reasonable justification, it is necessary to immediately warn him of the impending danger. The body of Simon Kane, which, unfortunately, is still in isolation, will become a mortal threat under the knife of a dissector. And yeah, Notkin doesn't have anything else to tell me. Yes. Day 1. Notkin 01. Sorry. Good lord. And off we go to meet Rubin. And maybe try for this thing again. Especially with grief, because as I said, he has some some interesting bit of background regarding Rubin himself. And yeah, here is the big boy. My respects, friend. I've already heard about your arrival. Everyone knows. Do you want to examine the body too? I hope you haven't touched it yet, dear colleague. No. Why are you asking? Because Simon's body, wherever is it now, poses a deadly threat. Simon died of a contagious disease. According to my assumptions, it could be a languid fever or a plague. I do not believe. The second flash. Wait, I need to come to my senses. Are you sure about this? You are responsible for your words. No comment. Yes. If it's a sand ulcer, how the teacher died at the wrong time. If it's a sand ulcer, we'll have a few days left to live, because I do not know how to stop it, and no one knows. Are you already familiar with this disease? I'm just guessing, and I don't want to believe it. Let it better to be a plague. We have no time to waste. We need to examine the body, isolate him, if necessary, destroy it, having previously defended himself, of course. Your diagnosis is needed for reliable protection. Everything we can pick up blindly will have to be taken from the teacher's house. Do you know that last night he was brutally murdered by his own son? His son has nothing to do with it. Your teacher died of the same disease, infected by Simon. But let's not waste time. You're right, doctor. Let's not delay. I'll give the order to isolate the body. Kane keeps him somewhere in the cold. Let me know if you find the body. Okay. And yeah, another advance. According to the alleged data, Kane was killed by a non-contagious disease. Thought Rubin will meet with the killer instead of me. Oh dear. Let's see if Rubin has... Rubin has nothing else to tell me. And let's see if Grief has finally some stuff to tell me, because it'll be interesting. Doctor, will you take away a souvenir? What souvenir? Yes, anyone. What you want, that's what you learn. Go on. Why are you silent? There's an eternal market for black services here. You're doing us a dirty favor. We're a clear, beautiful souvenir for you. Are you interested? Depends on the souvenir. And don't let your imagination run wild. See, we live well. There's no surprise here. If you're looking for something, come, we'll always help. So you let us live, we'll let you live. I'll think about it. Okay, so... And yeah, so finally managed to trigger some more dialogues. And Simon, Petgriff, who killed? Do you think I am? No, sorry. Do you think I am? And yeah, that was my my computer mouse. Sorry. I don't think. I'm asking. Are you asking? How could someone who dabbed with otherworldliness not die? You don't need to go where a person has been forbidden from time immemorial. That's what. Don't wake up famously when it's quiet. Right, doctor? And you think that Simon was killed by a native of the other world? No one is to blame for his death. It was all coming to that, Doctor. Who teases death, she will get it. I'm telling you authoritatively. And Simon was teasing. So I teased non-mortal. Yes, I would spit in the eyes of someone who would blame people or ghouls for his death. Turn it around. A person begins to blame fate for his troubles when he is reluctant to answer for his misdeeds. Not without that. Doctor, you're smart, and yet there's a higher meaning in his death. My father stayed too long. The kingdom of heaven stayed up too long. Everything will become clear when I examine the body. Oh, what is this mass hysteria? Are yours wielding? Well, no. Mine are just like that. They catch fish in muddy water. Will my children be exposed to the law at such a time? Why should my burgers be cut? And who strangles girls in the street? These are all honest hard workers with right. Tyrant dryness hits them in the nostrils. Fear is pounding on the back of their heads. That's why they're furious. You're a talker. But you're smart. Catch him, Doctor. Catch the killer. There are already so many of them. They are multiplying every hour. At least you'll get one by the evening. I'll catch it. I'll catch something that will scare you. And yeah, what can you tell me about Big Blood? A formidable enemy. The kinds don't touch us until we get involved in their work. And we don't. Saburov does not see our freemen point blank. And this one sees everything, because he has a direct loss. How do you get along? And we don't get along, Doctor. We are negotiating for now. He's interested in us because we keep warehouses, we chase his rats, this and that, and we drive the trading. We deduct the profit to him. It is only through his greed that we live. He knows how to count money. Owner. Everything will go for profit. Oh my god, the terrible pun. With a bit of fat phobia added, if I may say so. I see people with a practical mindset are worth their weight in gold here. If he catches you, you ask me, Doctor. I will whisper something interesting to you about him. He looks formidable, but there are many, many soft places. If you feel it, you will find where to shove his all. Thanks. I'll think about it. Yeah, here's the bit that has me very interested, so to say. What do you know about Rubin? We respect Rubin. He is not much for us. Why? That's the way he's supposed to be. He's a doctor. We're murderers. Despises you, then? In general, he despises everyone. A proud man. His mother is a stepwoman. His father was from the north. Well and hot-tempered. And an idealist. Life doesn't know. He lives by the books. So yeah, here's the thing. Half keen stack, which considering his opinions on the king, especially in Pathologic 2, well, that's some internalized racism, if I may say so. I think we'll get along. Okay, so who is Sticky? Ah, I know the kid. That's who will make a good thief. He's a smart kid. He can steal your fingernail from your finger. knows the holes in every house, masterly makes master keys. Does he work for you? If my hands get to him, I'll make him my six. But he's biting. So far he's avoiding me. He searches for treasures obsessively. They say he's about to find something. And where does the treasure come from? What's a treasure trove? Linking mule tails? No, he says, a true treasure. Stubborn kid. I'll talk to him about it. And what do you think about Notkin? Stubborn and quarrelsome puppy. All hands will not reach to crush him. Why so? His double headers with their 4 legs come run across my path every hour. Yeah, soul and a house. Who? Children? Your balls? You, these children, will fall for a hungry tooth when they go out at night to run with their predatory dog. Children, animals are worse than badgers. They train dogs perfectly. Why don't you agree? The range. I tried to adapt these puppies' guns to the case. How, in a fist whistle, are manageable. And one day I'll take them for a sip. Another day of such a bloody spree, and you can start. Don't try too hard, as if they hadn't taken you for a sip earlier. Daniil, they already told you he was dead and very much killed and very much dead. But anyhow, I committed myself to this and I'm going to offer you all the options possible. Where's the old Burak? I'd like to talk to him. The werewolf killed him. That's for nothing. Simon is Simon, but my robbers will not forgive the death of Burak. We respected Burak. Why did you respect Burak? The doctor was, but he didn't disdain our brother. I did not refuse to help anyone. There was a man, respected. When did this happen? They found him just now, but who can rascal say he was already dead that night? They went down to him to ask for powders for fever. They didn't get there. Both fell down in delirium. Let me look at them. I'm a doctor. Where are they? And the dog knows them. Well, you have orders. And yeah, I want to buy from you. And here are all the options, which yeah are. Oh man, we don't get to see how much this cost, but we tried. We have the knives, we have the scalpels, and yeah, everything is far more expensive than if you went and looked for it in other places. A1 Grief 02. And yeah, as we can all see, all the missions of day 1 are finished. I'm going to check on Notkin just in case he has some extra information that I might not have gotten the first time. Yeah, it weirds me out still to see all those guards there. Yes. And here we go, my boy. Yeah, it's pretty much. What do you think about Simon's death? The werewolf leaves his marks on the walls. They're getting worse by the hour. They say that's how he encrypts his intentions. Can I take a look at them? My two-hearted people are now looking for such signs. We have already collected 7 pieces, and by the evening there will be almost 30 of them. What do they look like? To the screams! There's another sign. A person will not draw such a thing, too high or too wild. That's my opinion. I'll tell you if I see anything similar. What's this mass hysteria? Whatever is going on in the city, it won't affect us in the warehouses. We're on our own, and a worthy bachelor probably got lost. Yes, where's Simon's body lying? There are many places where you can hide a body, in particular somewhere here, in the area of the warehouses. There's an old autopsy room. Somewhere in the earth there's a Burak's lair. And Simon himself, since he has not died yet, is in the horns. It's in the upper area where the cathedral is. Thanks. Yeah, and he's not giving his opinions. Who is Mark the Immortal? Mark? I don't like a handsome man. And there's something sinister about his pantomimes. You see, there's undoubtedly some kind of cheating. That is, they do come true, but not always, and when they do not come true, he begins to interpret all this in a figurative sense, or say that everything shown came true, but we did not see it. And he turns events in such a way that he seems to adjust his life to his ideas. Clear. Who is Batgriff? These thieves are bastards. Animals are animals, especially those from the steppe, always drunk on trear, looking like the evil souls of this damn grass. They went crazy after Simon's death. That's what it means, power over the threshold. Who is Capella? She knows all her followers, and there are several hundred of them, by name. She gives fantastic gifts. She's the richest heiress in the city, and her father rarely refuses her requests. Any businesses with her participation is a holiday. It is in her power to arrange the best game, to create an atmosphere, from exuberant delight to creative takeoff, hard work, bright-sidedness, striving for a feat or a dream. Clear, I think. Who is Murky? They don't like her and tell scary stories about her. In these stories, Murky often appears as an unfeeling girl, completely devoid of elementary squeamishes, who can calmly perceive the most disgusting circumstances. Clear? Baby mistress. Just saying. Who's Sticky? Come on, this much. Bragging too much. All this time he's looking for adventures on his head. He thinks that there is no one cooler than him. He has been to a fire, caught Shamnag, and cut a button from Big Blood's belly, and spent the night in Victoria's Crypt. Tell me, what a daredevil! Lived here with us, smell thieves' knives. Otherwise you'll sink. Clear. And yeah, that was something. Save the one, Notkin 02. We're going to check just in case. Man, you okay? Nah, looks like he got just a little bit buggy. Just in case it will happen that Ruben has something else to tell us, because he has said that I am exploiting the information and dialogue system as much as I can. Hello, man. Nah, he doesn't have anything else to tell us. And maybe though we could go see Vladito yet again. Because as far as I remember, I think he had more opinions. That might be of interest for us. And just checking on something, yeah, we have 800 coins, but we do also happen to have sorry, it's the computer mouse, it got stuck. We do also happen to have some lockpicks, gold master keys in here, and yeah, again, I do not condone stealing, but it's going to be quite useful for us. Said she, as she hung down her head in shame of being a filthy looter. Well, at least I've not murdered anyone, and I do not intend to murder anyone yet. If I get my hands on a revolver, the muggers are not gonna like it. Oh, so we have 2 more because yeah, remember that we have already clicked on the Who's Maria part, and it stays even after. Let's see his opinion on Lara. Who's Lara? Lara is kind, but you should not consider her naive. Here they think that she sees no evil in anyone. She sees perfectly. Better than many, certainly something, and she's not devoid of spiritual insight. She just hides it, following her principles. I don't like her for that. I see it as a dangerous duplicity. Bladito. She's one of the few people in this town that can bear with you. But anyhow, who is Pat Grief? His real name is Grigory Filin. Thieves call him Papa Gregory. Although he is still quite a puppy. Pat Grief calls the underground world. They sell everything that is forbidden. His father has to put... I imagine that here is my father. Has to put up with him because he's firmly entrenched in the working environment. Besides, they own the secret of making tweeting. If we had the opportunity to negotiate with the way of life, there would be no need for these parasite intermediaries. This being said, that grief as Senor Vlad's bastard son could be quite an interesting idea. Anyhow, clear. And off we go. Oh, I forgot. Save Nay 1 Larito 02. And yeah, what we are now going to do, now that we have everything done, and it happens just to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, is go for a visit to certain houses. As far as I remember, some nice places, Oh my god. Double little ladies. Hello! Shall we exchange? Not interested. Thank you, sweetie. Hello. Shall we exchange? Meh. More or less the same. And so, yeah. Not enough for my raccoon self. See, we are here, but the theater does not happen to open until, you know, 6 o'clock or something. Was it 6 o'clock? Let's check for a second. Nothing here as of yet. But we stay here. We stay here. And we try let's chill a bit, Daniil. Nothing here. Hello, don't pay attention to me. Nothing here. Are you kidding me? Well, very least I tried. Bread. Sorry, madam. Two pieces of meat. I'd love to have them, but as far as I remember, nothing here. Nothing here. Hello. I'm just in a sanitary inspection, maybe. Good lord, so much meat in here, and I know it'd be useful as heck for the House of the Living mission, but we cannot pick stuff that is on plain sight. And most importantly, we cannot pick stuff that is on plain sight of so many people. But at the very least we tried. This one did not work as well as I hoped. Nothing here. Hello, Weedle one. Okay, so this one did not work as nice as I hoped. Need to find a young girl with pigtails to see if she has another. Damn it. Yeah, young girl with pigtails. Don't go, please. Hello. So sweet. Well, looks like we shall not. Just in case she had a lockpick. This one did not work as nicely as I hoped, but one should not give up. There's another one here. Save the one. Street 03. Another one. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing. Nothing. And of course it's driving me insane. Hey! Dried bread. You guys are supposed to be the rich part of the town. If only by osmosis with Senor Blood. Turns out I was pretty wrong, but I could have swore that this all happened to yield better results. Hey! A needle! Well, syringe. Okay. Hey dear, you wouldn't happen to need... I don't know. Of course she doesn't. A lemon! Well, 3 to be more precise. No, I'm not picking that bread. I might be a thief at the moment, and a bit stupid sometimes, but what I'm not is a stupid thief. Hello, shall we switch? Bless. And of course I have nothing to switch with her. Of course. Let's see if I happen to have better luck here. I might, but who knows? Now, man. Oh well. Are there people in here? Are there not people in here and I'm going to have some luck? Oh my gosh. Bless. Another lemon, but bless. And yet another lemon. And yet a bottle of water. And yet more toast. What is this? Is this meat? Provisions. It's fresh meat. Okay, so this one's so far working a bit better. Only a bit, maybe. Would be nice if I found some more stuff. No, yeah, what I wanted is the... Okay, no, provisions. Dried meat. And yeah, I've not been as lucky as I hoped. But this one has been better so far than the previous options, because I ended up with fish, water, fresh meat, and dried meat, as opposed to just bread. Did I have more? Oh yeah, I did have far more empty bottles than what I thought. And I guess this is it until I get to... let's see if you have something. Hello! Shall we exchange? Oh man, please tell me I have nothing for her. Oh no, I do have something for her. Bless you, sweetie. And we have yet another key. We have yet another key. Another key called lockpick. And we're saving. Save day 1 street 05. And oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Dude, we're here to... more dried meat, more water. Are these canned vegetables? They are. Let's see if there's more stuff in here. Looks like there isn't. Nothing here. Just in case, but yeah, not able to open it. And off we go upstairs. And let's see, nothing here. I apologize, by the way, for the sudden brusque movements. I'm having some trouble with the computer mouse. I suddenly forgot the name, and I was like, what is this? One water, yet another lemon. Nothing else. Looks like, yeah, this is going to be our stuff so far. And yeah, again, downstairs. To be honest, I feel less bad about stealing stuff from places like this, which are, as usual, empty. Yeah, mostly empty in comparison to what happens with the other houses, which it also happens to limit a bit the choices of what we can get. Hello, shall we switch? Nah, not interested. Let's see if your friend here has better stuff. Hello, dear. Hello, shall we switch? Yeah, you have stuff. You have stuff. But apparently I don't have anything that might be of interest to you. Sorry, madam. Hello, sweetie. Hello, shall we exchange? I think we'll... or maybe this guy has something. Hello, shall we switch? Hello, shall we exchange? Nah, not really interested. What I'm interested in is lockpicks. Maybe this one has it. Shall we switch? Nothing. So I think I'm gonna check just in case, but I think in this version we were already able to sleep in the shelter, which is Lara's house, and maybe going for a sleepy will do us good. Yeah, we can go for a sleepy here. So we save Lara 02 and we sleep. Oh wait, what time was it? 5. It's almost 6 o'clock in the afternoon, almost evening. So let me think. Let's go for 5 hours. Let's talk with Lara. Let's see if she has something to tell us. Yes? Goodbye. And let's check just in case our letters. So yeah, we only have stuff from Isidore. And this is all like very cloudy and very at night. And we make our way to the theater. Fun fact, as in classic HD, as soon as I was able to do it with every single one of the healers, I tended to sleep at Lara's place because it is the closest one to the theater. Yeah, it's silly, I know. And yeah, we have the letter from Mark. Bachelor, hurry up, the performance in the theater begins. And here's our boy Mark with an ensemble that looks quite new. But anyhow, let's see what he has to tell us. The theater is open to the most respectable public at any time. Every evening an action of a mask is played out. At night we clean up the blood. The rest of the time it is a puppet show. And that's not all. Also magic tricks, illusions, predictions of the future, and interpretation of fate. He who has eyes, let him see. But right now it's empty. This is a deceptive impression. The theater is small, but hides many secrets. For example, a mime who's plucking threads from your clothes at this very second, or a mask that weaves from plucked threads your fate for the next day. What is waiting for me? Your fate is not yet connected. It takes time, diligence, and undoubtedly your direct participation. Come in every evening. We will gradually show you what we're doing. I'll definitely come by. Bachelor, you're just in time. The performance begins. I will be glad to see. And yeah, as we have seen, this is pretty much the same video that happens at the end of day 1. At least in Classic HD, as far as I remember. Let's see if Mark has something else to say. The only ones who will not accept the inevitability of what happened are Lara and Julia. It seems that they really tend to believe in the existence of some special murderers. Do they have their own version of what is happening? Some people believe that it is unworthy to recognize the logic of inevitability. They see it as a weakness, not as a strength. It all depends on the approach. And what do Lara and Julia think about this? Talk to them yourself. Why should I distort their words with my unwise retelling? And where can I talk to them? Lara is in the shelter, and Julia is in the Seine. Shelter is in the saddle, and Seine is in the rib. Rib and saddle are in knots. In my opinion, this is obvious. And yeah, in mine as the player, it's also obvious. And to Daniil, it should also be obvious since he already talked to them. Show me on the map. Clever Julia lives here, my only ally in trying to believe in physics. All the neverities of this wild place. You can buy it with a cheap trick. Mark is clearly afraid of her. Perhaps she will explain how he knew about Simon's death. The puppeteer was not easy. A master of sinister pantomimes, he gained power over people's minds with the help of clever tricks. He claims that only 2 people dare to deny the authenticity of the fatal representation. One of them lives here. And as I am seeing, I should have probably visited Mark earlier, because he was the one to provide the key to seeing Lara and Julia. But I did it how I did it, and it was in the wrong order. Sorry. Yes. Okay. What do you think about Simon's death? Historically, each mask has several meanings. They say they came to our region from the east, and even would have taken root in some in some holidays, if not for the action of the bulls. Is the action of the bulls a folk theater? The action of the bulls is a step ritual, the way of butchers loosely honors their traditions. They cut their actors with white knives and burn the bodies so as not to saturate the earth with unclean blood. Oh my god. The way of life believed that the theater of masks distorts the picture of the creation of the world. What to take from them? In fact, masks are not about the creation of the world, but about the drama of those who are trying to overcome its laws. But what is the pathos of my speech? Plastic, plastic, and plastic. The head does not participate in the action. The action is created by gestures, that is, actions. I hope to see some pantomime soon. What is this mass hysteria? The general excitement could not but affect us. We, the artists, will contribute to the hunt for the werewolf. We will show you a wonderful pantomime in which we will depict the battle of a shrewd doctor with a mysterious killer. But that's not all. What else will happen? Without revealing our faces, using only the language of our body movements, we will show the drama from the scene of the next cannibal crime. Do you already know the place? I don't know. Mask will reveal it to us in the pantomime, as well as the identity of the murdered man, the most honorable bachelor, as well as the identity of the victim. I will have to take my leave, maestro. You have a strange view of the world. Tell me about your local traditions. He has no idea about the local traditions, apparently. Who is Eva? Eva will accept death through the cathedral. This has its own logic. If she is here, this world will become more stable. Maybe she'll throw herself off it? Understood. Who is Julia? Julia's smart. Like many smart people, she climbs into distant areas, working with witches and hours trained for the human mind. This is often used by the spirit of doubt, and he uses these doubts to direct a person to a false path. But what if she's right? She's in danger. She will accept death through someone's lies. Understood. Who is Maria? Oh, how plastic Maria is. Moves as if dancing. This is because she listens all the time to voices that speak not to people, but only to each other and not in human language. If anyone can really foresee the future now, it's her. For some reason, I have no doubt that she foresaw Simon's death very long ago. I just didn't know why he was going to die. Understood. Who is Capella? Capella is not laying such a foundation for the power of children, compared to which Khan's actions are just a game of war. If she gives the children a new faith, no one can resist her. This will end in a childish war. Khan is respected as an equal, and in some ways even superior to her partner. But he hates her, because he already knows he's lost. Their confrontation will repeat the confrontation that tore this city in half, and at the same time build it like this, but will reduce it to the level of anger. Understood. And off we go, because yeah, maybe if we happen to be fast enough, we could go meet Khan before the end of the day. Yeah. I'm not sure if he'll have to tell us anything yet, but yeah, considering that considering the stuff that's about to go down, it's at the very least worth a try. Ta-da. Water? Nah, no water. And by the way, he's a hungry boy. But we'll wait some more, just in case. Maybe we get to meet Khan, and that will be a nice closing for day 2. Yeah, sorry, day 1, because that'll be the start of day 2. Yeah, and here we are, yet again, looking at the polyhedron at night And yeah, as I was as said before, to be more precise, during the beginning of this day in the playthrough, I'm not the biggest fan of the polyhedron, but this version I do appreciate a lot because it's quite lovely. Oh, we have a letter. News from a colleague from Thanatica. It's the Ace letter? Daniil, I'm writing to you in a hurry. We're being chased. The capital is in creeps on. You left at the wrong time. Your destination will not save us. It will become your chopping block. An abominable porridge is brewed there. Rumor has it that there is an epidemic of a deadly virus, like this Yersinia pestis. They already know. It seems that the authorities have arranged your arrival. Rat Tellman wants to stop the epidemic, and at the same time get rid of you. They will say that there are no doctors in this hole and will appoint you responsible, allegedly taking advantage of the opportunity. If these rumors are true, be careful. Stay out of the heat. Wait for the ambulance team. Wait for specialists. Damn it. Take care of yourself, friend. If they order you to fight the plague, forget about your principles. Forget about the truth. Send them to hell. Without our business will come to an end. Your A. I wonder if Rat Tellman has anything to do with the Rat Prophet, but at this point I have no idea, and it doesn't seem to me, because what would the Rat Prophet have to do with Thanatica of all places? But yet Rat Tellman, it's something. And here we are, and here's Khan. And looks like he has nothing to tell us. So all this was for nothing. Only to see how heckin' pretty this version of the polyhedron is. So we're going to Eva's place, and we're closing there for the day, I think, because we're gonna need a very good sleepy, even if we had one very good sleepy before. I am not opposed to another one. And wait, this one's literally floating over the river? Cannot remember if it was this way in the released versions. Well, I think it wasn't. I don't mean for the polyhedron itself. Of course, the polyhedron is floating over the river and the air and wherever, but for the stairs, the pedestal, it's. But then again, it might be just me. Anyhow, what time is it? Yeah, it's almost going to be 12 o'clock, and thus the start of the second day. And we'll leave that this way, but first of all, we're gonna go pick some water because one can never have enough water. Please, people, hydrate yourselves. I don't know how's going at your places, but here we've been through heat wave. I don't know whatever number it might be. Yeah, it's finally day 2. Let's see. We might have yet another letter. Saburov snowed. Doctor, as far as I know, the body is isolated. Rubin works with him. Nevertheless, in light of your discovery, I ask you to come to the road tomorrow, after dawn. This is a matter of extreme importance. And we have one of the missions of day 2 already ready for us. And we are going let's see, save day 2 Eva 01. And this is just the start. Good lord, this does bring back memories of my actual first time in the Town On Gorkhon, when I was still naive enough to try going in barely knowing what to do. I did the same thing in my first Pathologic 2 playthrough, but better not talk about that. Of course, I am going to continue with this playthrough as soon as possible. As soon as I have the day played and recorded, which may be next week. Cannot promise it would be though. Also, I do feel a bit awkward saying this, but if you do happen to have stumbled upon this video and you are not subscribed to this channel, may I tempt you to subscribe? And maybe hit the notification bell so you can get news of whenever I continue this little project? And maybe check the other videos. It's a small thing, it's free, and it would make me very happy if you did it. Thanks a lot. See you.